Hello everyone, in this video we will be talking about PKU. PKU is one of the rare metabolic disease which causes severe brain disorders. So PKU has been diagnosed to be one of the rarest metabolic disease. So it is not very commonly found. However, this disease can cause a severe brain damage, and this severe brain damage is caused due to what functions leads to the damage in the brain that can be understood now with the help of this. The PKU is nothing but it is an amino acid, and the accumulation of amino acid, that is PKU or phenylalanine, to the toxic levels in the blood and brain causes the disease of PKU, which causes the severe brain disorder. So it's clear from this that PKU is a rare metabolic disease. It is very rarely seen, and this disease causes the severe brain disorders. So how is it caused? It is caused due to accumulation of amino acid. Phenylalanine is an amino acid. If this amino acid is present to the toxic level in the blood and brain, then that will cause a disease PKU, which results in the dysfunction of the brain and causes severe brain disorder. So now let us understand the function of amino acid. Amino acids are the basic building blocks to make up the protein, and these things which amino acid is one of the important element for the body, and it builds upon the protein. So phenylalanine is an amino acid, essential amino acid, which is necessary for life, but this is not produced by our body. Our body cannot make up for this amino acid. However, it could be acquired by the food that contain protein. For example, egg, vegetables, and the meat or chicken. So vegetables or food that is rich in protein helps in building upon phenylalanine amino acid, which is very essential for human life. So now let us understand how this works. So phenylalanine, which is in the human body, it is very important, which is necessary for life. This phenylalanine amino acid, with the help of phenylalanine hydroxylase, acts on tyrosine, and this is converted into neurotransmitter, which is important for normal brain development and function. So the role is it has a very important role to play. PKU or phenylalanine, with the help of phenylalanine thyroxylase, acts on tyrosine, which is converted into neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter is very important for the normal development of brain and function. If PKU or the phenylalanine amino acid is in excess amount, that can cause effect on the function of phenylalanine thyroxylase, which leads to the problematic functioning of the brain. And this particular phenylalanine thyroxylase is this gene is located in the chromosome 12. So it is also known as autosomal recessive genetic disorder. This disorder affects on the functioning of phenylalanine thyroxylase, because this phenylalanine with the help of phenylalanine thyroxylase acts on tyrosine. If this doesn't have a proper action on the phenylalanine thyroxylase, it goes out of order, and this action on particular tyrosine is different, and that leads to a problem. So let us understand what would be the symptoms that would lead to if PKU or the disease is functioning on a human being. If not treated properly, the results of the symptoms would be severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disorder, and seizure. As PKU functions on the brain functioning or the brain development, it results in the disorders or symptoms that can cause or that hamper the development of an individual, and it hampers the intellectual ability of the child, the seizures are possible and various other psychiatric disorders can also take place. Another thing that is important here is if a pregnant woman, that is pregnant woman with PKU, should pay special attention because it might result in maternal PKU syndrome, which will cause effect on the heart of the baby. Then that would also result the microcephalus or microcephaly and the developmental disability. So the chances of heart defects, microcephaly and developmental disabilities are highly seen if a pregnant woman with PKU has not paid attention to her maternal PKU syndromes, or if that is causing a problem in her. So next, moving on to understand how the PKU how is it causing the problem in a human body. So increase in the phenylalanine level and decrease in tyrosine level. This can change the way brain functions. So how do you understand this? So increase in phenylalanine level and decrease in tyrosine level. So we have another two amino acid like tyrosine and tryptophan. So we have tyrosine and tryptophan. These two amino acids are also required for the individual's development. So they do reach the blood-brain barrier with the help of a transporter. The same transporter phenylalanine uses. So what the phenylalanine does is it goes and occupies the space, the vacant space. When phenylalanine is in excess, it goes and occupies the vacant space and there will be no room for tyrosine and tryptophan to be seated in the transporter to reach the blood-brain barrier. This causes the excess amount of phenylalanine reaching the brain. And when we say that this is causing a problem, then we need to understand the importance of these two amino acids. So we have tryptophan, which is helpful in synthesizing the serotonin level in the brain, and tyrosine is helpful in synthesizing dopamine and norepinephrine. So the function of these two things are very important, and if these two things do not do their function and whole of the area is accumulated by phenylalanine, it is causing a problem to the brain functioning of an individual. So you can see here that as blood-brain barrier is blocked and the reduction of tyrosine and tryptophan decreases, this leads to the fall in the levels of this causes the abnormal development of the brain and intellectual disability. Due to this function in the brain, the abnormal development and intellectual disability is caused. And next, moving on to understand how do we test PKU. So routine newborn baby checkup, that is especially screening within 24 hours, is very important, and the blood sample of the baby is taken. If the blood sample says that there is an increase in phenylalanine level and decrease in tyrosine level, then the differential diagnosis are made and different methods are used to test for the diagnosis and to confirm that the baby has PKU disorder. So other than that, what things can be done? First line therapy. What therapy is given to the child? So or the one who is suffering from PKU. It's not necessary that it happens during the time of birth. It can happen at any point of time later. So low phenylalanine diet. So we had looked into this particular phenomena in the beginning, that our body is not able to produce phenylalanine amino acid. We acquire phenylalanine amino acid from the outer sources, that is through our diet. Eating the food that is rich in protein helps in building up phenylalanine amino acid. However, to treat this disorder, we need to take in low phenylalanine diet, that is low or no phenylalanine formula, that is synthetic form of protein, and food that is low in protein. Like you should avoid egg, meat, dairy products, so that you can eliminate the production of phenylalanine in your body, and some grains and vegetables, fruits are allowed. Particularly, very few things are allowed, and the diet is individualized. You cannot use the same diet for every individual, so it has to be personalized dietary plan. Each patient will need to customize the amount of phenylalanine dietary intake. So the advice of the doctor here is very important. Pharmaceutical treatment. When we talk about pharmaceutical treatment here, so QA is one of the medication that is given, wherein cofactor for phenylalanine hydroxylase. This helps to improve the innate path of enzyme activity, and it increases the phenylalanine tolerance level in the body. It must be used in the conjunction with low phenylalanine diet. So this helps in improvising the enzyme activity as well as increases the phenylalanine tolerance. However, this should be used in conjunction with the low phenylalanine diet. So another medication that is used is Phenylex, which is an injection which could be injected to the bloodstream directly. This metabolizes phenylalanine and works well for many adults with PKU problem. As well as at times there are chances of causing a severe side effects for the patient with PKU. So this has a disadvantage. However, this doesn't have that disadvantage. So mainly diet is really required to have a proper functioning of the individual suffering from PKU. So in the Word document that I'll be passing on to you will have the symptoms as well as the treatment. So treatment are particularly, you have two types: pharmaceutical treatment and dietary treatment. And then you have the understanding of how that causes the different symptoms or problems in the life of a person who is suffering from PKU. You have understanding of how it is produced in the body. Thank you.